Well, hi guys. It certainly feels good to see you at a moment when my face is not being metaphorically obliterated by the sunshine, as was the case in yesterday's recording. I don't know if the video I recorded yesterday has already come out, but if it hasn't, you'll understand what I mean when you do get to see that video. I wanted to take a moment to step back from issues of INFJ, INTJ, MI, NE, FE, FI, whatever, and look at type in general, which is something I like to do, personality types, and why personality types, the theory of types, is not something that can allow you to predict behavior. There are some in the community who are perfectly comfortable with that. They don't even ask the question, you know. They see that type provides them with a useful language to make more sense of their surroundings, other people, their relationships and interactions with other people. Perhaps above all, their own aspirations in the world, which are often intertwined with those of other people and the interactions with other people in all kinds of different spheres of life. But there is a subset within the broad personality community, a subset that is quite fixated on, makes it its goal to make the theory of type, personality types, more scientifically rigorous, more scientifically respectable. And in so doing, having that goal can in fact lead these people to develop interesting concepts regarding type, which people who are not interested in, who don't care about making personality types more scientific, might well find very useful descriptively, purely descriptively. And I am certainly one of these people. But there are, these people are often fixated on this idea that they can, in fact, make personality types more scientifically respectable. And one yardstick of doing this is, of course, to develop models that have predictive power, who can predict, models that are able to predict behavior, right? Objectively, no subjectivity involved here. Now, that's fishy from the start. That's fishy from the start because you cannot tear subjectivity away from type. Subjectivity is deeply, deeply imbricated within type. And so there goes your scientific ideals to start with. But leaving that more conceptual philosophical point aside, even though it is, in my view, an archaic punch, this idea of predicting behavior is one that recurs often in conversations within that subset of the community, and also people who in general who are interested in trying to figure out whether there can be a more scientific approach to type, maybe falling short of full scientific respectability. Let's be honest, actual scientists, this is not the core of my work, but I provided some support at the university where I work to like a very prestigious French neuroscience institute. Like, we have no idea how advanced these people are compared to where even the most sophisticated of personality type theorists are. Like, the science, the neuroscience is just like in a league of its own compared to anything we could hope. There's no way we could even catch their attention, like, with what we have. But the thing is, like, this notion of objective predictability is actually something that doesn't work with the theory of type. Because what the theory of type does is it provides you with a particular kind of language, right? Conceptual apparatus, a vocabulary, a language. And people will often say, no, but it does help me make sense of other people. It does help me understand what was previously close to unintelligible in interacting with certain people. And it's true. I think that anyone who has been interested in type has been lucky to see the positive contributions of type to how we operate in our day-to-day, have noticed that yes, many more things, especially other people, become more intelligible, and ourselves become more intelligible, more meaningful. We where there used to be no meaning, there is now meaning. Now that's very different from saying where there used to be no cause of behavior, there is now a cause of behavior. A kind of behavior that you can now see as meaningful is not the same thing as a kind of behavior you can now explain as being caused by a type. And for the simple reason that when we say that we can make sense of the world more, particularly other people, we make sense of people as a whole, including their subjectivity, because their subjectivity is ineradicable, right? When we try to predict isolated items of behavior on the basis of type alone, we founder. It doesn't work. Simply because in this case, we're not interested in the behavior being meaningful. We're interested in the behavior being predictable on the basis of a cause, possession of this or that function, for example. But it doesn't work for the simple reason that if you take any item of behavior in isolation, any function can explain it. Particularly opposed pairs of functions like introvert, extroverted. So you take someone in a society that has gone really wrong, really fascist, someone who refuses to perform the Nazi salute. There was one such individual in the famous photograph. I actually discussed that in the Fourfold, my Discord server. And by the way, if you would like to join our Discord server, you know that you can do it by joining us on Patreon. It's one of the perks. The other perk is great too. This is the perk of getting access to our now growing vault of exclusive Patreon videos of deep dives into topics of your choice. I recently recorded a 30-minute video on NI, mysticism, and magic. So if you're interested in that, and it sounds kind of good, doesn't it? Join me on Patreon. The link is below, and for a few bucks a month or a year, you get access to all of that. And it massively helps me too. Could not do this without you. You keep me going, so please consider it. Become a patron, a Jungian existentialist. Thank you for that. Anyway, so on the Fourfold, that Discord server that I have with the patrons, I was having that very conversation, and I gave that example. Said, that guy who refused to perform the Nazi salute, I've seen people explain his behavior as FI. You can also give an FE explanation. In the FI case, you might say, well, his internal moral system was impermeable, could not be touched by the collective, mania that was surrounding him. You could give the same behavior, isolated item of behavior, an FE spin. We're saying, well, this individual considered that the society around him was failing the universal moral principles of, that he embraced. These are just rough examples, but shows you that you can give. So an item of behavior is kind of meaningless. It's not something that you can capture easily at all. And any attempt that has been made to predict behavior on the basis of type, it's just proven to be just impossible to use. It's just conceptually hollow, and it's defunct almost before it's even produced. That's the explanation. Meaningfulness is not causation. What type provides is meaningfulness, not causation. Don't forget about my 2 books, guys. If you want to know more about INFJs, I've written 2 books on INFJs that are considered absolute go-tos by a lot of people to understand the INFJ deeply. And if you want a deep understanding, you should definitely get them. One is more focused on the internal world of the INFJs, called the Ecstatic Soul. It's available down below in the description box. You can find the link easily. And the other one, the sequel, The Infinite Soul, came out last year, is more focused on the INFJ in the outside world and how to lead a full, productive, purposeful, and meaningful life as an INFJ. Get those 2 books if you want a deep understanding of INFJs, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.